It's certainly not too early to start talking about SummerSlam 2023, the projected card, who could win, surprise returns, and everything else. So as a reminder, SummerSlam is taking place August 5th, 2023, and it's going to come to you from Ford Field in Detroit. So as I record this, it's about a month and a half away. Definitely not too early to start talking about the card and what could happen. So let's do it. First up, we have Logan Paul. Now, Logan Paul, as I record this, is scheduled to return this week and is scheduled to return to Monday Night Raw this coming Monday night. So that leaves the question, who is WWE going to pair with Logan Paul at SummerSlam? My guess is it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I know there's a lot of controversy, a lot of questions, a lot of reports, a lot of rumor and innuendo about Drew McIntyre. At the end of the day, I do believe Drew McIntyre will come back to the company and he'll face Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Moving on to the women's tag team division, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, no question about it, they are going to maintain their tag team championships after they defeat the current champions of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So I think once they unify those championships, which you'd imagine is at Money in the Bank in just a couple of weeks, they will probably move on to either a multi-team matchup at SummerSlam, or the tag team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler could have an open challenge at SummerSlam. Moving on to the next team here, the next tag team division, which is obviously the men's side of things. I think Imperium is going to continue their rivalry with Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. I think that after Imperium face these men at SummerSlam, that we are now going to have a shift. And what do I mean by that? Well, Imperium and KO and Sami and Riddle also feel like they've been feuding for quite a while. And that means that SummerSlam should be the end of this rivalry. Now, where does it go? Well, I think for one thing, for Kevin and Sami, it's going to shift to the Indashir with Veer Mahan, Sangha, and Jinder Mahal attacking Kevin, Sami, and Riddle. I think that is what's going to happen. Maybe they cost the match for Riddle, Owens, and Sami Zayn at SummerSlam, or maybe they attack after the match. But I think that's going to be a big moment for the Indashir, who are going to get a massive push post SummerSlam. All right, let's talk about Becky Lynch. Where does she go? I think she ends her program with Trish Stratus at SummerSlam. I think it's going to be a no-holds-barred match of Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that these two have had a very solid program thus far. Trish Stratus has breathed new life into her character by turning heel. If she was to maintain her babyface status, it really would have been kind of a boring second run for Trish Stratus. But I think she's taken to this heel role a lot better than a babyface role, and Becky Lynch plays off of her very well. I expect Becky and Trish at SummerSlam, and I expect Becky Lynch to come out on top. All right, next, the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins, who's clearly going to maintain it through at least SummerSlam, is going to take on Finn Balor. And I don't know if it's going to be the Demon Finn Balor or just regular old Finn Balor, but it doesn't much matter. They've teased this matchup for the last several weeks on WWE television. These two have a long history, dating back all the way to their very first Universal Championship match, the infamous match in which Finn Balor was injured and had to relinquish the championship less than 24 hours after winning it. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are going to put on an absolute classic at SummerSlam. I still expect Seth Rollins to come out victorious, but by this point, I also expect Finn Balor to turn babyface by having the Judgment Day turn on him at SummerSlam or shortly thereafter. Finn Balor, I believe, is about to leave the group. So Seth and Finn, this program will go through SummerSlam, and it's going to be a lot of fun with Seth maintaining the World Heavyweight Championship. All right, Let's get to the Women's Championship, the WWE Women's Championship, formerly the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka, who I think is going to maintain it, is going to challenge probably Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair in a triple threat match. I think Asuka is probably not going to be a long-running champion, meaning beyond 6 months, but in the short term, she's definitely going to hang on to it, and I expect Bianca and Charlotte and Asuka in a triple threat match at SummerSlam with Asuka squeaking out the victory. All right, moving down the line into the big heavy-hitting matchups. Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, Part 3. This is probably the worst kept secret in WWE at this point. Cody Rhodes has issued an open challenge to Brock. Brock has taken his, as Cody put it, his annual vacation. Brock is likely going to either appear at Money in the Bank in a couple of weeks to cost Cody Rhodes his match against Dominic, or attack Cody after the match, thus leading directly into SummerSlam with these two in a final rubber match, Part 3. Cody, Brock, probably in a steel cage. Maybe it's Hell in a Cell, but some kind of violent ending to this match. And do I think Cody Rhodes comes out on top? I do, because they have big plans for Cody Rhodes moving forward. And there's strong indications that those plans could lead to eventually Cody actually finishing this story against Roman Reigns and being the one to take down the tribal chief. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that I think it's probably not Cody, but he's in the conversation. He's in the top 3 choices. And it makes sense for Cody to come out on top here, with Brock at this point being a legacy star that can still have really good matches, and he's a monster. But the future is more Cody Rhodes than it is Brock. All right, now the main event. Because now you have the family fighting amongst each other. And what better way than the tribal chief to stand there after he's victorious, and then you hear the music of The Rock. It's just a thought. If we're finally going to get to that matchup, the long-awaited matchup with The Rock and Roman Reigns, you could end it on a very big high note leading all the way to WrestleMania. So those are the predictions. Though that's the potential card that we have for SummerSlam 2023. Of course, subject to change. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.